Today's lesson is going to be very similar to yesterday's lesson. So I'm probably not going to go over in as much detail with you as I did yesterday. If we take a look again, we're finding the number of cubes that fit into a space is really finding the volume of that shape. Today we're going to be taking a look at this figure. And your job is to figure out how many unit cubes make up the box below. If you remember yesterday, we reviewed that you can kind of separate these boxes into different layers. Count the number of cubes in each layer, and then multiply that by the number of layers you have. So in this case, we would count the number of cubes here and say there's 1, 2, 3, 4 layers. We could also take a look at this structure, count the cubes here, and then multiply that times 3 because there's 3 layers if we look at it, the shape in that way. And the third way we could look at this would be it's almost like slicing off these layers. Count the number of layers in the cubes in this top layer, and then multiply that times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because it's 5 layers tall. So 3 different strategies for figuring out the volume of this shape. Okay, number 2 is asking us about a box that Quentin filled. It tells us that he filled it with layers of unit cubes. Doesn't tell us how many layers, but it does tell us that the volume of the box is 75 cubic units. We had a question very similar to this yesterday. So read each statement carefully and think about what it's telling you. I'll remind you that if there's not enough information in a sentence, you're going to have to eliminate that, such as A. It says there's 75 layers. But it doesn't tell us how many cubes are in each layer, so we can't choose A as an answer. Okay, read each one carefully, deciding which one makes best sense. Number 5. Number 5 says Sylvia was filling a box with unit cubes. She used 4 cubes for the width, 7 cubes. I said number 5. I'm sorry, that's number 3. She used 4 unit cubes for the width, 7 unit cubes for the length, and it had 3 layers. So if we know the width and the length, that's like telling us the base of a box. So number 3, we have a 4 by 7 base. After you multiply 4 by 7, you discover that there's 28 cubes in each layer, and it's 3 layers tall. So 28 times 3 would give you the volume for this shape. So you're going to figure the rest out on your own. We will take a look at number 4 together. Number 4 is a review. It's spiraling back to some fraction work. So let's see what it says. The raccoon weighs 6 pounds and 15 ounces, almost 7 pounds. The turkey weighs 15 pounds, 3 ounces. How much heavier is the turkey? So if we're comparing 2 weights, or if you're comparing 2 of anything, we can figure that out by subtracting. So we would take the heavier weight first. This is problem number 4. 15 pounds. And 3 ounces. It's not a fraction review. I'm so sorry I said that. 3 ounces. This really isn't a decimal problem, so I don't want to be misleading with that. 15 pounds and 3 ounces. These are pounds. And the raccoon weighs 6 pounds, 15 ounces. So we said we're subtracting. Now, we can't subtract 15 from 3. So this is a regrouping problem, but we're going to regroup a little differently. So pay attention to this. We need to think back. how many ounces are in a pound? Well, 1 pound LV is equal to 16 ounces. So I can take a pound for my turkey and I can convert that pound to 16 ounces. But I'd have to add the 3 ounces that were in addition to that pound. So 16, here's my 16 from this pound, plus the 3 more ounces would give me a total of 19 ounces. Now I have ounces, enough ounces to subtract. 19 minus 15 is 4 ounces, and 14 minus 6 would be 8 pounds, 4 ounces. Now, if we look at our answer choices, our answers are not expressed that way. We have a couple of choices we can eliminate. We know it's not 8 pounds because there are 4 ounces, right? Let's see. If we put 4 ounces into a fraction, that's like saying we have 4 ounces out of 16 pounds. So I'm just rewriting this as a fraction over here. Because we don't have a full pound. It's 4 ounces. This is what that would look like as a fraction. It's 4 out of the 16 ounces in a pound. You know how to simplify that. We can divide both of these by the number 4. 4 goes into 4 1 time. 4 goes into 16 4 times. I also could have figured out that it was C just by a process of elimination. Because how many ounces are in a half a pound? What's half of 16? 8. We did not have 8 ounces. We had 4 ounces. 4 is half of 8, and a fourth is a half of a half. So that's just another way we could have thought about that without actually calculating it. I'm going to let you do number 5 on your own because I think you'll have no problem with number 5. Okay, see you next time.